Hey gamers, welcome back to our channel. Today we're gonna talk about something that's crucial to any serious gamer, your gaming mouse. You may be wondering, how often should you replace your gaming mouse? Well, you're in luck, because in this video, we're going to break down the factors that determine how often you should upgrade your trusty gaming companion, and give you some tips on when it's time to upgrade to a new one. So grab your favorite snacks, sit back, and let's get into it. Welcome back to our channel Game in Charge. Let's make every gaming experience a great one together. A mouse that's past its prime can be the difference between dominating the competition or getting owned. But how do you know when it's time to upgrade? Check for these signs. Sticky buttons or buttons not working as they should. The scroll wheel not scrolling smoothly or is worn down. Cursor not moving as accurately as before. A frayed or damaged cord. If you notice any of these, it's time to start shopping for a new gaming mouse. But don't wait until it's completely broken to upgrade. Being proactive and replacing it can give you the edge you need to take your gaming to the next level. But don't forget to keep an eye out for the following factors that can shorten the lifespan of your gaming mouse. First, let's talk about the different types of gameplay styles. FPS players, in particular, tend to use their mice a lot more than players of other genres. This is because they require precise aiming and quick reflexes, which puts a lot of wear and tear on the mouse's sensor. So, if you're an FPS player, you may need to replace your mouse more frequently. MMO players, on the other hand, tend to use their mice less frequently, but they put more wear and tear on the buttons. This is because they use a lot of macros and keybinds, which means they press the buttons more often. So, if you're an MMO player, you may not need to replace your mouse as frequently, but you should pay attention to the condition of the buttons. RTS players put a lot of wear and tear on the mouse's sensor and buttons as well, but in a different way than FPS and MMO players. RTS players tend to use a lot of fast and accurate movements, which puts a lot of stress on the sensor, and they also tend to press a lot of buttons, which puts wear and tear on the buttons. So, if you're an RTS player, you should pay attention to both the sensor and the buttons. MOBA players also put a lot of wear and tear on the mouse's sensor and buttons, but in a different way than FPS, MMO, and RTS players. MOBA players tend to use a lot of quick and precise clicks, which puts a lot of stress on the sensor and buttons. So if you are an MOBA player, you should pay attention to both the sensor and the buttons as well. Let's talk about usage. How often and how intense you use your gaming mouse is a major factor in determining when it's time to replace it. If you're a casual gamer who only plays a few hours a week, you won't need to replace your mouse as often as someone who plays competitively for hours on end every day. If you're a hardcore gamer who plays for hours on end every day, your mouse will undergo a lot more wear and tear than someone who plays occasionally. The more you use your mouse, the more it will wear out, and the more often you'll need to replace it. Let's talk about the two main types of sensors found in gaming mice: optical and laser. Optical sensors use LED lights to detect movement, while laser sensors use a laser beam to detect movement. Both types have their pros and cons. Optical sensors tend to have a higher tracking speed and are less sensitive to surfaces. This makes them great for fast-paced games where quick movements are necessary. However, they can be more prone to jitter and have a lower maximum tracking speed than laser sensors. On the other hand, laser sensors have a lower tracking speed but are more sensitive to surfaces. This makes them great for games where precision is key, such as strategy or MMO games. They also have a higher maximum tracking speed and are less prone to jitter than optical sensors. Let's talk about DPI, or dots per inch. DPI is a measure of how sensitive your mouse is to movement. The higher the DPI, the more movement the sensor has to detect, and the more wear and tear it will undergo. If you're a gamer who plays at high DPI settings, your mouse will wear out faster than someone who plays at lower DPI settings. This is because the sensor is working harder to detect more movement, leading to more wear and tear. But it's not just about the DPI settings, it's also about how you use your mouse. If you're a sniper, you may want to play at a lower DPI setting to increase precision and control, which will lead to less wear and tear on your mouse. On the other hand, if you're playing a fast-paced first-person shooter game, you may want to play at a higher DPI setting to increase movement speed, which will lead to more wear and tear on your mouse. So, what's the solution? It's all about finding the right balance. Experiment with different DPI settings and find the one that works best for you and your gameplay style. And remember to keep an eye on the wear and tear of your mouse. If you notice that your sensor is malfunctioning or your cursor is moving erratically, it may be time to replace your mouse. one of the most overlooked factors when determining when to replace your gaming mouse is the sensor position. The position of the sensor can have a big impact on how often you need to replace your mouse. A mouse with a sensor on the bottom will wear out slower than a mouse with a sensor on the side. This is because a sensor on the bottom only needs to detect movement in one direction, while a sensor on the side has to detect movement in multiple directions. If you're a gamer who plays fast-paced, high-intensity games, a mouse with a sensor on the side will wear out faster than a mouse with a sensor on the bottom. This is because the sensor on the side is detecting more movement, leading to more wear and tear. On the other hand, if you're a gamer who plays more strategic games, a mouse with a sensor on the bottom may be the better choice. This is because the sensor on the bottom is detecting less movement, leading to less wear and tear. Feet or skates are an important factor to consider when determining how often you should replace your gaming mouse. If you're using a mouse with feet, they will eventually wear out and need to be replaced. But if you're using a mouse with skates, they tend to be more durable and have a longer lifespan. Mouse feet are made of materials like plastic or Teflon, which can wear out over time. This can lead to a decrease in the smoothness of your mouse's movement and an overall decrease in performance. So if you're noticing that your mouse isn't moving as smoothly as it used to, it may be time to replace the feet or the entire mouse. On the other hand, mouse skates are made of materials like PTFE, which is a type of plastic that's known for its durability and resistance to wear and tear. These skates offer a smooth gliding experience and tend to last longer than feet. So if you're using a mouse with skates, you may not have to replace them as often. Another benefit of using a mouse with skates is that they provide a more consistent and stable movement. This can be especially helpful for gamers who play competitively and need precise and accurate movement. Gamers, build quality is an important factor to consider when determining how often you should replace your gaming mouse. First, let's talk about the buttons. High-quality gaming mice typically have durable buttons that can withstand heavy usage without breaking or becoming loose. On the other hand, cheaper mice often have buttons that wear out quickly and need to be replaced. Another important aspect of build quality is the scroll wheel. A high-quality gaming mouse will have a scroll wheel that is smooth and responsive, even after prolonged use. Cheaper mice, however, often have scroll wheels that become stiff or unresponsive over time, requiring replacement. The cord is another aspect of build quality to consider. High-quality gaming mice often have braided cords that are durable and resistant to fraying. On the other hand, cheaper mice often have cords that are prone to damage and need to be replaced. Weight system is also an important aspect of build quality. High-quality gaming mice often have a weight system that allows you to adjust the weight of the mouse to your preferences. Cheaper mice often lack this feature and can be less comfortable to use over time. Lastly, let's talk about the materials used to make the mouse. High-quality gaming mice are often made with durable materials such as aluminum or magnesium alloy. These materials are resistant to wear and tear and can withstand heavy usage. On the other hand, cheaper mice are often made with less durable materials such as plastic, which can wear out quickly and require replacement. Gamers, we've reached the end of our video on how often you should replace your gaming mouse. And remember, replace your gaming mouse when it's needed. Invest in quality, and you'll be able to enjoy your gaming experience for longer. Head over to GameInCharge.com for an in-depth article on taking your setup to the next level. We hope you found it informative and helpful. If you did, please show some love by hitting that like button and leaving a comment. And if you're new to our channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join the squad. We've got tons of epic gaming content coming your way. As always, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.